Hi guys, this is Beth with Unknown Paranormal. Tonight we're talking about shadow people, and for most people they seem to be figments of your imagination or they seem to be pure evil. And the definition of a shadow person is that it's a dark human shape that is typically seen moving around at night, and it's the most form of ghost that people do see. And they flee in the presence of someone in a physical body, especially if they realize that they had been detected. And they're normally out of view or out of the corner of your eye in your peripheral vision is when you will normally see them. Whatever they are, though, they are definitely creepy. And I've looked up a few stories for you guys tonight to go through, to hear. And the first one is Sacred Blood Cemetery. And it's person that was walking with their friends through a cemetery. It was called Sacred Blood Cemetery. And they felt creeped out. They didn't see anything, so they decided to head out. They turned around about 33 away from where there appeared to be a dark outline of something peering at them from behind the tree. They say it felt sinister, and the air seemed really thin, and they tried to dismiss it at first as being part of the tree that was maybe moving or anything, but as they walked around the tree, it seemed to move with them. And then they ran because they were so terrified. And I'm just shortening up the story. I will put a link in the description for you guys, so if you want to read this, the full stories and everything, then you go ahead. You're welcome to. And that's all I'm doing, is I'm just paraphrasing the stories for you. And the second one is walking up the stairs. And the person said that they'd never really believed in the paranormal. They had always been open to the possibility, though. And they said it was around 3 a.m. Their sister was downstairs watching the television, and the room was upstairs that she was coming from. And the bathroom faced a flight of stairs, and they could always see glare from the street light illuminating the living room and everything downstairs. But one time, because she always looked downstairs when she went to the bathroom, there was no glare, no glow from the television that the sister was watching. All she could see was this blackness that seemed to be walking up the stairs, or hovering, or something. It was the first time in her life that she had felt terror, as she froze for a few seconds. And then all of a sudden, when she was able to move, she ran to the room, turned on the lights, and sat on the bed trying to figure out what had happened. Tried to get close. That's the third one that I have picked out for you guys tonight. It says it was the first and only time that this person had seen a shadow person. And it was years ago when she was still a teenager, she was still in high school, and she was invited to a girl's house for a slumber party / cookout. They had bonfire, marshmallows, everything. And she had a lot of fun with it. And the person that she went to lived in a trailer. Next to her friend's trailer was another trailer that had been abandoned for what seemed to be years. And it was overgrown by weeds and everything, and the person that had owned that trailer had passed away, unfortunately, in that trailer. Not sure if she wasn't sure if she was sick, or if it was an accident, or if it was even true. But then they went on with the story saying, oh yeah, she died there and now it's haunted. And they decided that they were going to go poke around the place in the dark. And the thing that is hardest, she says, to explain is, how do you explain something that looks pitcher than black? She remembers it was the shape of a person. It could have been male or female. It was a shadow, but it was coming straight towards her, and she just lost it. Of course, when she screamed, everybody else screamed, and they ran. And then the last one that I'm going to paraphrase for you guys is the bus stop shadow figure. This one kind of creeped me out because I've had something similar happen to me when I was a kid. And, I think that you see somebody coming towards you and you turn around and no one's there. It's creepy. And this person says that when he was in the bus stop standing in 7th grade, standing there in the early morning where it's still dark outside, and it was under a street lamp, and it would cast your shadow onto the house in front of the stop. And he was standing there, normally only the only person at that point at the particular stop, and he saw a shadow of a person walking towards him, and he didn't think anything about it. It was the school bus stop, and all of a sudden, while he's watching, the shadow of this person approached him. The shadow just stopped walking. Curiously, he says, "I looked around for the signs of someone, saw absolutely nobody. I turned back to look at the shadow when it drops on all 4 legs and takes off running full sprint right past me, then just disappears without a trace." He's told his story to a lot of people, and no one seems to believe him. And as it seems that there's a lot of shadow people, many kinds of shadow people, each one their own intent and agendas. These entities can be harmful or helpful just as any other entities can. And if you have encountered one, let us know here at Unknown Paranormal. We would love to be able to feature your stories, your experiences, everything in our videos. So check us out on Facebook, check us out on Twitter, and of course on YouTube. Hit subscribe if you like our videos. And good night.